knows what astounding knowledge these contain. What strange symbols. I don't recognize the symbols. Who even knows to what entities these writings belong? It will not be easy to gather the information we need in all this immensity. How can I possibly do so? Huh?
Now you are understood. You seek knowledge, and knowledge you shall have.
I'm blocked off here. What a view. This is not the first time I've been here, yet every time I see no known constellations. Perhaps I'm very far away in space, or perhaps even in time.
Time. Define this unknown word, creature.
A concept that we humans use to explain the sequential unfolding of events. For example, between birth and death, a series of changes and circumstances occur that we identify as time.
Death.
For us beings of Earth, life is limited. It has a beginning and, after a certain time, an end.
Peculiar creatures of insignificant impact on the order of things. Searching the archives. Now it has been found, and the reason for your coming is known. Continue. No knowledge may be taken from here without paying a price. Insignificant being, are you willing to pay it? You may be irrelevant, but the price you pay would not be race bond. What motivates you?
The search for knowledge.
Very well. The exchange has been made.
Where am I? Is there anybody there?
It seems there is no possible exit from this place. What is happening? You there! What manner of place is this? Are you listening to me? Wait. Hold up! I would assume this but a dream, except for its realism. Who could this person be? Halt, I say! Please, wait!
Al-Hazred, you have arrived.
What is happening? What know you of the reason for my abrupt summons?
All in due time.
Hurry! You must go see the keyholder and then attend the council.
Al-Hazred, this is the protagonist of the story I was reading. Someone or something desires that I live his story.
A guard of the nameless city. They are fearsome warriors.
They are waiting for you. First, you must go to the room of the keyholder. He specifically asked to speak with you.
has the day I become one of the keepers finally arrived. Father, wherever you are, may you be proud of me. So many books, some of which are ancient forbidden texts. An oil lamp. It's bright enough in here already. Everything needed for reading and writing.
So, you have finally arrived.
Yes. Tell me, Keyholder, how may I serve you?
Abdul, the day has arrived. Your final test awaits you. Prepare yourself. A great challenge lies ahead.
Finally, I shall become one of the keepers.
All your years of service will not have been in vain.
Yes, I was but a child when my mother brought me to this place.
That day is one of my fondest memories. You were a child full of vigor and life. You have always performed with excellence.
Much gratitude, Keyholder. You are to me as the father I never knew.
Go now, my son. They are awaiting you.
Can you provide any insight into what lies ahead for me?
That would violate the unbreakable laws of the Keepers. As much as I love you, I am forbidden to give you any assistance.
I shall go then. Until later, Keyholder.
My son, I am so sorry, but the grand plan takes precedence over all else.
Poor Abdul does not know what awaits him.
Nevertheless, all is in readiness.
Eh? The guards speak of me.
The sacrifice is already incarcerated in the dungeons.
Good. Although I'm quite relieved I do not have to attend.
What are they talking about? Sacrifice? Dungeons? What on earth is going on here? Father, am I strong enough? Grant me understanding. Mother!
What are you doing down here? Abdul, my son. I'm so proud of you.
What are you talking about? Who locked you up in there? I gave up my entire childhood for the key, and they repay me by imprisoning my own mother.
Abdul, my son, you are not expected to understand. This was all decided long ago. My imprisonment is just a final precaution.
But
your father was a keeper. Alas, his untimely death robbed you of his guidance on this journey. Your future as a keeper is of the utmost importance. Every last keeper shares a vital role. As you know, they demand absolute devotion and ultimate sacrifice. I only pray that you are strong enough to perform it.
I see where this is leading. I refuse. Understand? I refuse!
Abdul, stop.
Silence. I'm getting you out of here. This is not the time for talk. An empty cell. Most likely due to the fact that one of the bars seems loose. Maybe it will come in handy.
Psst. Hey. You're Abdul, yes?
Miserable creature.
To be called such from a worm chained up in a cell means little to me.
True. But in a way, he also stands correct.
What are you talking about?
See, we are in a cell. We are the enemies of the Keepers, and we fight against everything they stand for. Despite this, our destiny can never be as miserable as your own.
Who are you?
Let's just say that every bright side always has a dark one. Look at the moon. It always presents to us one face, but we know that the other is still there, plunged into darkness. This is as irrefutable a fact as any dogma. The light shines equally, in full or as half, or even as a mere slice. You'll see what I mean tonight. We prefer to side with those who are without ambiguity. Our belief is that the key has been passed down unto mankind for a reason, and we desire to use it.
That is pure blasphemy. You scum. Cease filling my ears with such obscenities.
As you wish, my friend, as you wish.
For pity's sake, do not listen to them.
If you wish to see your mother escape this prison, we can help you.
Why would you do so?
Let us just say that seeing the Keepers suffer uncomfortable emotions gives us pleasure.
Much pleasure.
That would be a betrayal of everything I believe in.
We couldn't help but overhear your previous conversation over there. You are aware of what awaits you. However, you can ignore us if you so wish.
Yes, Abdul, ignore them and remain true to your duty.
Quiet, Mother. Continue.
These cells were built with the highest of craftsmanship. They can only be opened with the key the city guards hold. I know the location of the secret lock, but require a small favor in return. Assuming you can manage to obtain the key.
And what is it you want?
There is a certain item in the keyholder's room that we desire. This object can take many forms. It's up to you to distinguish its current one.
Such a task is impossible.
That is your problem. But I can provide you with one small hint. I know it holds great magical power within it.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, we'll just wait here. We're not feeling up to taking a stroll just now.
Mother, I shall be right back.
Abdul, no.
A hook at the end of a rope. This could come in handy. I've already taken the hook. I've already taken the hook. They fit together. Fortune smiles upon me.
Abdul, I implore you.
Abdul, Why have you come back? The council is waiting for you.
Forgive me, Keyholder. I was wondering if I could borrow an artifact of yours, one I became aware of through my studies. One with a singular magical power I desire to study fully before my test begins.
Abdul, I know that of which you speak. It lies right before your eyes. Anyone other than a keeper would have great difficulty recognizing it. Your father could have done so.
Really? My father?
Your father was the most faithful of the keepers. Endowed was he with great power and dedication. I cannot fathom why you desire that particular item. Regardless, I will not stop you from taking it. One must be the master of one's own destiny. However, as your tutor of many years, I must warn you that every action has its consequence.
Thank you, Keeper. This advice I shall treasure.
Abdul, keep the key.
I don't need to sit down.
Remember my words, Abdul. Make your father proud of you.
The pendant grows hotter and hotter. This must be the artifact I'm after. I believe I was able to identify the artifact.
Excellent, Abdul. You sense the power in the relic your father passed down to you. You may keep the lamp for as long as you need it. May you use it wisely.
Of course, Keyholder. I shall return it as soon as possible. We shall meet again soon, before the rest of the council meeting.
Delay no further, Abdul.
Did you recover the key and the artifact?
Yes, I have them both right here. Tell me where the hidden lock is.
First, the artifact.
What need would you have for a lamp in a cell?
That is none of your concern. Do you not wish to see your mother go free? Give us the damn lamp!
Here it is, but no tricks now.
Excellent.
Where's the lock?
You will find a small crack in the column to your left. Fare thee well, fool.
What? Curse you! Now, I have to get my mother out of here. I've already taken the bar. I cannot open the lock without using its key. I heard a click. Quickly! I'll take you back home.
No, Abdul.
Move! We're trapped.
Abdul, yield now and come with us.
Don't worry, Mother. Everything will be fine.
I know that everything will be fine. Just as I've always known.
The key.
Guard it, protect it, preserve it, keep it, the key. Guard it, protect it, preserve it, keep it, the key. Guard it, protect it, preserve it, keep it, the key. Guard it, protect it, preserve it, keep it, the key. Guard it, protect it, preserve it, keep it, the key. Guard it, protect it, preserve it, keep it, the key. Guard it, protect it, preserve it, keep it, the key. Guard it, carry the key with you, the key. Abandon all the known. That's me.
Henry, are you all right?
What? What a god-awful nightmare.
Calm yourself, Henry. You're back with us.
Oh my god, that poor woman. The Keepers of the Key.
Keepers of the Key.
I've heard that name before.
Guys, I need coffee. And that's where the vision ended.
How do you know that what you saw is real?
I can demonstrate it so very clearly, Lone. I can now read the engravings on the tablet we found.
That's true.
It could also be that you already knew how to do that. Maybe the lure of a healthy dose of our approval may have tempted you to lie about it.
Lone! How dare you? Do you actually think I feel the need for your approval about anything?
Lone, he's right. You've gone too far.
And you're probably right. I apologize, Henry. I'm not as used to all this strangeness as you are.
Whatever. Anyway, the tablet reads, more or less, thus. Although extremely powerful, they are considered lesser gods. They preside over small worlds, and the positions of the stars forces them into long lethargic periods. Why, we do not know. Perhaps certain configurations provide them with energy and nourishment. Great Cthulhu, sleeping in death, at the sunken city of Relay, awaits his reawakening. Ayataqua lurks in the cold Arctic region, worshipped by ancient forgotten races. Beyond the known universe exists countless other entities, named the Outer Gods, neither alive nor dead, multidimensional, infinitely powerful and insane. The most powerful and insane of them all, Azathoth, gurgles and drools at the sound of 1,000 pipers at the center of the universe. Oh, fate forbid that the cacophony should ever cease.
What does all that stuff even mean?
These are names that are often found in very rare occult texts.
Yes, and I can assure you that they are much more real than you can imagine. Unfortunately, I cannot prove that. Not yet. The truth of the matter is, the first concrete proof is you.
Me?
Your so-called condition.
Cthulhu. Now that you mention it, in the tunnels below Innsmouth, Elliot kept on repeating a chant with that word in it.
That's extremely bad. That means the town is in some way involved with these gods.
Then it's no wonder it's as shunned as it is.
For now, let's just concentrate on understanding what this passage means.
A passage from the Necronomicon, which was written, it is said, by the mad Arab Abdul al-Hazred. He was in my vision. I shudder still.
Night has fallen.
Lone,
What is it, Mickey?
I waited for you to show up. Some kid left something for you. He said it was urgent.
A compass. A strange compass that does not point north. Did he say anything else?
No, Lone. Nothing at all.
Thanks a bunch, Mickey. Do you have anything, perchance, that might light our way?
Sure, I have a lantern.
I'll buy it.
It's $2.
Here you go.
No problem, Lone. See you around.
I got nothing to ask him about. Mickey. He's been here on the street peddling his wares for ages. And he's a really nice guy to boot. Listen, this could be extremely dangerous, but it seems that hurting me could be extremely difficult. Wait here for me.
But Lone,
There shall be no further discussion about this, William. This is my problem, and mine alone to deal with. I don't want you risking anything more than you need to. I'll keep you informed on everything that happens.
If that's the way you want it, Lone.
it's not the way I choose, but the decision is yours.
Perfect. See you later. Another identical one. Surely the sequence must be inserted on more than one panel then. What will happen then? What a mystery. The lure of the unknown. mechanism doesn't work anymore. Well, all this grandeur is most unexpected. Does the cemetery's renovation have anything to do with that? The trail of blood leads through that door. Looks fresh. A representation of a strange tentacled creature. I saw this kind of stuff back at Innsmouth. But what? Armitage!
Lone, get out of here!
You did it, Lone. All has gone according to plan.
Let him go, right now! Ah!
Do you take me for a fool?
Release me now!
All in due time. All in due course.
You'll pay for this!
You have merely been assisting me so far. I knew you would do it. And with a power like yours, nothing is impossible.
What do you hope to accomplish by all this? Don't you know the magnitude of the powers you're playing with? You're insane. A madman!
You dare to call the pursuit of power madness? My master has spent numerous lifetimes to attain it. But a stupid human eliminated him, wasting centuries of knowledge. But now, all that shall be undone. Oh, finally, you are here.
What are you up to? Deliver your prisoner up onto us. Your work here is done.
Who are you?
Did you really think I believed your promises? The power incarnated in that mere mortal will bring my master back to life. Together, we will dominate your swarms of insignificant insects. Even Father Dagon will bow to our will. Fools! The wisdom of my master is profound and powerful. You cannot pass.
What are you doing? Halt!
Leave him alone! Damn!
Stop, you lunatic! What do you think you're doing? This is not a power you can hope to control.
Let's find out. Katla, Besha, Katla, La.
Oh! Please just...
Iklaktan.
Stop, you lunatic!
Katla, Besha, Katla, La. Iklaktan.
What's happening to him?
He lost his senses, his mind hazy. The pain was unbearable, but now he was finally better. Strangely better, like a hungry wolf now satiated. He could rest.
Lone! Lone, wake up! Lone, are you back with us?
Yeah. Is Armitage?
He's doing okay.
He's just unconscious.
What happened here?
We might have some ideas about that, but just focus on pulling yourself together for now. My men will transport you and Armitage to a safe place.
It's all so muddled in my head. Did I reduce those men to that state of carnage? Sure, they were a threat to us, but that gruesome scene will scar my mind forever. Luckily, we managed to save Armitage. 3 days had passed, and I felt much better. We have to meet up at Miskatonic University and take stock of the situation, given all that's happened. Ephraim, Upton, that horrible monster. Once again, the meaning of all this escapes me.
I awoke splayed out and chained down.
It's absurd to even suggest that this was all planned from the start.
Not as absurd as you'd think if the dissidents are behind all this.
Hold on. Who are they? And for that matter, who are you?
I'd also like to know who that madman in the catacombs was. The spell he unleashed was beyond any known power.
Yep.
I can answer the latter with ease. He was a servant of the ancient and most powerful sorcerer, Ephraim Waite. He wanted to bring his master back to life using Loan, or rather, the creature bound to Loan by symbiosis, as a catalyst.
Is that even possible? I mean, bringing the dead back to life?
Under normal circumstances, no. But with Ephraim's knowledge, and given Loan's condition, we believe it is at least plausible. We may never know for sure.
You knew all this and still sent us straight into the lion's den?
That's right. And I apologize for that. But there was something we needed to verify. We would never have allowed anything to happen to you.
Yeah, right. I don't trust you an inch.
Gentlemen, please calm down. Their methods may be questionable, but I do not doubt their commitment to the cause.
What cause?
What are you talking about?
Armitage, you can't mean that.
All in due time. Time that we cannot afford to spare right now. Lone, you are in danger. They know of your mutation, of your condition unique in all of history. They will hunt you down.
I was there all alone in the caves under Innsmouth. Yet, it seems my situation is public knowledge. Unless... Elliot.
Suffice it to say that we knew of you well before Armitage contacted us. We had thought to simply eliminate you, but our superiors decided otherwise.
Thanks a bunch for letting me live.
Besides, after having now just seen you in action, that may have been a more troublesome operation than we expected.
Stop right there. We don't kill people. We are the good guys.
Armitage, I must disagree with you on that. We do what is necessary to preserve the human race. Individual lives, or even dozens, have no meaning to us. The important thing is the grand plan. And this is the very reason why you were never considered for recruitment. We have no use for your morals. We're dealing with forces that act under different motivations, as you may have already noticed.
Ignoring all moral standards makes us no better than them.
I agree.
Enough of all this. Armitage, tell them everything.
If anyone had heard the story disclosed in that tiny room by that small group of people, they would have thought them insane. It turned out that the group to which Aquila belonged... Yeah, you heard right. Aquila. Pretty curious, don't you think? Anyway, he called his organization the Keepers of the Key. Cool-sounding name, very evocative, but without any real meaning, or at least, so they thought at that time. Blanco was fascinated. Akeley seemed to understand a lot more than the rest of them, but there was so much that the man kept to himself. They said they could help Lone. Apparently, a recent expedition to Antarctica had made a sensational discovery. Professor Lake had discovered unnatural tunnels in a place where man has set foot only in relatively recent times. The Keepers, based on their secular wisdom, were convinced that if a solution could be found, they would find it there. As usual, Aquila did not go into detail, and there was no way to learn more from him than he deemed necessary. At this point, it was a leap of faith, but what other choice did they have? Lone could tell himself that this was mere madness, but he had seen this madness in action. He could no longer deny the evidence. The only help could come from this strange cult. He couldn't continue to pretend nothing was wrong. He was too dangerous. He didn't really trust these people, but they certainly seemed less interested than the dissidents in rubbing him out. For the moment, that was enough for him. And besides, he had his new friends by his side, and believed they had no intention of leaving it. That calmed him to some extent. Their departure was scheduled for the following week. They all made preparations in a hurry. They had no idea what it would be like to face such extreme temperatures. They bought some basic equipment and warm clothing. Everything else was to be provided by the university. The greatest adventure of their lives seemed already underway, but this was only the beginning.
Good morning, Lone. And to you, William. And you, Henry. Please, let me introduce you around.
Good morning to all.
Hiya.
Hello.
Allow me to introduce Professor Lake to you all. He is the head of the expedition. He's just back from Antarctica to attend to some business here.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have all of you on board. Akeley, good to see you again.
The sentiment is mutual, Lake.
The discovery we made is unprecedented in all of human history. I expect that your great depth of knowledge can help us learn even more.
Certainly. It'll be our pleasure to help you any way we can.
What we have uncovered is incredible. I return to retrieve the invention that will help write us into the pages of history. The drill invented by Mr. Poverty. The trip back here took what seemed like forever. But this time we will fly back. The journey will be much quicker, even if we must take landings at airports here and there. Correct, Mr. Barron?
That's right, Professor Lake. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Louis Barron, and I will be your pilot for this journey. And if needed, I am handy in a fight.
Pump the brakes on your enthusiasm, Louis. There will be no call for fighting. Excuse him. He's an Army veteran, and an excellent pilot. But let's get aboard. We have plenty of time to get everyone on the same page.
They left Arkham on October 2nd. They made a stopover in Honduras, and from there, the crossing of the Pacific began. They replenished their food and fuel supplies in Tasmania. The Antarctic Ocean was waiting for them, and a chill ran down their spines when they spotted the high slopes that crowned the McMurdo Sound.
All in all, it was quite the pleasant flight. Allow me to introduce you to my student and dear friend Danforth.
A pleasure to meet you. Consider me completely at your disposal.
Nice to meet you, Danforth. Let me introduce you to my friends, William Blanco and Henry Ackley.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Danforth.
We have met before.
Welcome, Professor. Forgive me if I seem a tad brusque. There's something I need to discuss with the Professor.
Speak then, Danforth. You know how I hate subterfuge.
As you wish. Do you remember the two men who fell sick just before he left the site, after the discovery of the entrance into the mountainside?
Yes, of course I remember them.
They're dead.
Dead?
Yes, Professor. The worst thing is that we can't figure out their exact cause of death, which is why the bodies have not yet been sent home. We fear a possible contagion getting out.
Well, that's a very unpleasant situation, to say the least. Gentlemen, feel free to wander around the camp at will. And to get to know our colleagues better, I have to deal with this matter. I'll see you all later.
Of course, Professor. We'll try not to get in your way any further while you're dealing with this unfortunate situation.
Actually, on second thought, would you mind accompanying me? I would love to hear your opinion on this whole affair. Permit me to introduce you to Dyer, Professor of Geology at Miskatonic.
Good morning, gentlemen.
What, Professor? You don't introduce me?
Of course. Impatient as always, I see, my friend. My distinguished colleague Atwood of the physics department.
Honored to meet you, gentlemen.
The honor belongs to us.
Forgive me, but a problem has arisen. And not an insignificant one, from what I've been told.
Yes, a great tragedy.
That it has occurred now is most unfortunate. It has spoiled the euphoria of such a landmark moment in human history.
Professor Lake filled us in during the flight. Stupendous, but also terribly frightening.
Absolutely, my friend. As much as any other discovery that has changed the destiny of mankind, although nothing else compares on this kind of level.
Gentlemen, you will see with your own eyes soon enough. For now, there are those poor guys to deal with.
No objection in any respect. I hope we can get to the bottom of all this. I wouldn't want to die from some disease before my adventure here concludes.
Very black and inappropriate humor. Dyer, you will never change. See you later. I'll be in touch.
We're headed to the mess hall for a hot drink.
Please feel free to join us if you like.
Follow me.
After you.
Good morning, Professor. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Doctor.
This should be the infirmary. Or rather, the morgue, it seems.
Lone?
Good one.
I like people with a sense of humor. A rare thing to find in such remote wastelands as these. It's nice just to see some new faces, too. Did you just now arrive?
That's right. Name's Lone Carter, private investigator. We're here at the express request of the professor.
There are matters here that require our services.
You've come at a terrible time for us.
It seems that way.
Bring us up to speed, Doctor.
These two gentlemen passed without any known cause. I can't imagine any valid reason for them to have died.
Can we help out somehow? As far as I know, we won't be departing immediately.
It takes at least a day for such preparations to be made.
If Lake doesn't mind, you're more than welcome. But I don't imagine you have any medical expertise.
They don't. But I could probably help you.
Henry? Is that really you?
Apparently.
Okay.
Let's get to work.
But are you all right?
Better than you could ever expect. Gentlemen, I'll be with you as soon as I'm done here.
Doctor, could you join me briefly in my tent to fill in some final details so we can get the bodies back to their families?
Of course. After you.
We take our leave, gentlemen. Let us know if you find anything further.
You too, gentlemen. Leave me alone for a while. I must focus. And if they have not found any apparent cause of death, I'm sure I can figure out why not.
Be that as it may, Henry. This is not what we're here for. Don't spend too much time on this.
See you later, Henry.
These must be their medical records. Let's have a better look at it. Sven Ustela and Jean-Paul Greco. Blah blah blah. Both of them were workers here at the camp. It says it's impossible to determine the time of death. Strange. All internal organs are intact. There are no cardiac pathologies or other evidence to suggest any bleeding out. Tests for known toxins have excluded all as causative factors. Recommended quarantine of all crew due to possible contamination by unknown pathogen. This is where the doctor's ability to analyze all this comes to an end. And on closer inspection, if this data is correct, then these men should still be alive. It seems to be blowing things out of proportion to impose a quarantine. If that were the case, they would all be dead already. Besides, medical appraisal is limited only to what physical examination can observe. I'll take care of the rest. That must be Sven. He appears to almost be alive. It sends a shiver down my spine. Okay, buddy. I'll try not to bother you too much. Please don't wake up on me. The eyes of a corpse are one of the few things that still sends a shiver down my spine, which seems absurd given all I've witnessed. How would I use that? No need to do that. No reason to touch that. Everything is in its proper place. Fleshy and pinkish. Most incredible. I observe no damage to the sternum. There's a marking here that looks like a mole. There's something strange about it. I wonder if Jean-Paul has one too. There's something strange about it. I wonder if Jean-Paul has one too. This confirms my theory. A transmigration ritual. Some religions might interpret it as the tearing out of a soul, but it would be more correct to call it an essence. I never thought a ritual could be used this way. For murder! This mark on Jean-Paul's body still seems active. I may still be able to learn something from him. Who could even guess where the poor fellow is bound? I imagine hell would be more pleasant. Floating aimlessly through time and space, most likely for eternity. How barbaric! By diluting some of the powder I have on me, I might be able to learn more from him. It has to be diluted first. Not necessary. I don't need that. There is just what I need. Some diluent. This should do the job. That's done it.
Where am I? I'm cold. I can't see. I'm scared.
Tell me what you see.
Everything's pitch black. I can't see anything. My legs, my arms. I can't feel anything.
Calm down. This will all be over soon.
What will be over soon? What's happening to me?
Stay calm. It's just a dream.
That's a relief. I sure hope I wake up soon.
I'm sure you will.
Who are you?
I'm Henry Akeley, a professor at Miskatonic University.
I don't know you. Why are you in my dreams?
What happened to you?
I don't know. I was in my quarters. I must have fallen asleep.
Jean-Paul, was there anyone who wished you harm? Anyone who bore a grudge against you?
No. I may not exactly have led a blameless life, but the people I know have always been fond of me. What a strange question to be asked in a dream.
Jean-Paul, I cannot continue lying to you. I'm very sorry to have to tell you this, but you're dead. Somebody murdered you and your friend Sven.
Dead? I thought this felt too strange to be a mere dream.
Sadly, there is nothing I can do to fix this. But I can help you take revenge on the culprit. A small consolation, but at least it's something.
Small indeed. God knows how poor Mary would take the news. I have not been the best of husbands. If you could maybe tell her sorry from me?
Of course. I will do that.
I still can't imagine who would want us dead. Unless, could it have been because of that thing?
Anything you can tell us could prove vital.
It's something Sven and I found. What? What is that thing?
Jean-Paul, stay with me!
Help! Oh my god!
Jean-Paul, calm down.
Oh my god! Oh!
Jean-Paul? Jean-Paul! He's gone. Poor soul. But we'll find that bastard for you. That's a promise. I must inform the others immediately.
So, what have you found out?
You really can die from the cold out here.
As I expected. No need to go into great detail. They seem to have found some artifact, but I lost connection before I could find out what it is.
Excuse me, Henry, but how do you know they found something? What the hell were you up to in there?
Yep.
Gentlemen, they were killed by ritual magic. Extremely cruel ritual magic. I'm quite familiar with such things, as you probably know by now.
I had no idea such things could go this far. When we get back, you and I should have a long chat, if that's all right with you.
William, you are still but an infant compared to myself. Are you certain you want to pay the price for such knowledge?
Gentlemen, this talk of yours about necromancy is most entertaining, but if there really is a killer on the loose around here, we are all in immediate danger. We must investigate further.
Agreed. There'll be time for small talk later.
So that we don't appear to be completely insane, we should avoid speaking of how we came to know all this.
I can deceive them by telling them it was some kind of poison unknown to modern medicine. The doctor may have objections, but he will believe me in the end. He has followed my studies closely and knows that I don't make idle claims.
We should avoid mentioning that they found something, at least until hard evidence comes to light. They would question how we knew all this.
That goes without saying. Henry Ackley. Any ideas?
Let's ask around.
I agree. Let's try to know more about the victims.
Gentlemen, some news that may interest you.
Tell us, Lone.
Ackley?
After careful consideration, I have come to the conclusion that this is murder.
Murder? What are you saying?
Are you joking, Henry?
Doctor, I never joke, as you should well know.
I have found no trace of violent death or poisoning. Actually, I didn't find any cause of death at all.
But that is simply absurd. We all know each other here, and we're all decent people.
Shush, Danforth. Let's hear what they have to say.
I'm sorry, Professor.
Shush!
I can tell you that I found traces of a substance that, I know for sure, is capable of killing any adult man. Something not found in medical literature, but which I came to know of through my travels.
You're really never happy unless you can stick in some esotericism, are you, Henry?
Stop your bickering. Lake asked for our help, and that's what we're going to give him. It's true that Ackley's methods aren't exactly orthodox, but they've never let us down in the past. So, I'm of the opinion that there could be a killer on the loose among us. Would you rather risk that, or would you rather we investigate?
If Armitage sent you to me, he must have a good reason for doing so. I want to trust you.
But, Lake, this seems absurd to me.
Doctor, there will be no further discussion. Also, in light of this new evidence, any danger of contagion seems now to be moot. Finalize the documentation necessary to send the remains of those poor souls back to their families.
Sure.
Lone, you have complete authority over this matter, at least until tomorrow. The airlift is scheduled for early morning and we cannot postpone it.
We'll manage.
Is there anything else we can do?
I have a few questions for you.
Ask away.
How well did you know Sven?
Not very well, to tell you the truth.
Neither did I.
I knew him somewhat.
Can you think of any reasons someone would want to hurt him?
I can't think of any. He was always nice to everyone. I remember this one time.
Danforth, stick to the point.
Sorry, Professor.
What can you tell me about Jean-Paul?
We chatted a few times. A fairly cheerful fellow, perhaps even a bit too much so.
But a really good guy.
Danforth, how dare you interrupt me?
Excuse me, Professor. I thought you were done.
I see you've already forgotten the few rudiments of manners I've struggled to impart on you. With that said, I'm done.
Can you think of any reasons someone would want to hurt him?
May I?
Go ahead.
If there were women involved, then yes, perhaps. In this wasteland, though, I doubt it. We are without female companionship. He was really nice to everyone.
I see. Can you tell us anything more about the expedition?
Nothing I didn't already tell you on the plane. Tomorrow, after the excavation, we will all know much more. Pabity's drill should allow us to extract those ice samples without damaging their contents. Their unbelievable contents.
It seems Pabody's drill is a true wonder of technology.
The most advanced in the world. Without it, discovery or not, we all may as well have just headed straight back home. It can drill more accurately and deeper than any other.
Danforth, where were you at the time of the murder?
Surely in my quarters. Am I a suspect?
Nobody is a suspect. We just have to question everyone who was here at the time of the murder.
I'm still not convinced it was even a murder.
Fortunately, we have people with us whose job it is to figure such matters out.
Yes, Professor, of course.
Tell me about Atwood and Dyer.
What can I tell you, Lone? They are both luminaries in their field, and I am fortunate to have them here with me. I am quite certain they are above suspicion. I would wager good money on that, actually.
What do we know about Baron?
A rough guy. Very macho. But he was not here at the time of the incident. He was busy piloting the very aircraft you were on.
Good point, Lake. Doctor, where were you when the bodies were discovered?
I was in the infirmary, as always. I was catching up on some paperwork at the time.
Can anyone confirm this?
People stop by the infirmary all the time for one reason or another. I think pretty much anyone in the camp can vouch for me.
I can confirm that. I went by the infirmary around that time.
Good. Can you tell me anything else about Sven?
Nothing else comes to mind.
I can't think of anything.
Can you tell me anything else about Jean-Paul?
Nothing else comes to mind.
I can't think of anything.
See you later.
Whenever you need us, we'll be right here for you.